Ching, 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 ching. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in the world, welcome to the Pre-Market Show, brought to you by City Traders Imperium, funding traders since 2018. If you want more information about prop firms and how to get started, you need to pass an evaluation phase and you'll receive the keys to an account. Contact City Traders Imperium. All their information is down in the description. Today is CPI day. We have the CPI data coming out any moment now. Looks like we've got about a minute, just over a minute until we get the CPI data out of the US. So we're going to be watching that very, very, very closely. As always, nothing that is said during this show is financial advice. Remember to conduct your own analysis and seek your own financial advisor before making any decisions based on topics mentioned today in this show. All right, so where are we starting off? Let's have a look at CPI and let's see what the reaction is going to be like here. I think expectation is for us to get a little bit of a cooler inflation number out of the US today. So we're gonna just have to wait and see. We got about 20 seconds left on the clock. Let's go here. And then we're also gonna do, I'm gonna do my best to post up the City Traders Imperium MT5 as well. But we wanna really see this reaction here on S&P 500, which is right here. So expectation here is for year-over-year inflation to be 2.9% and month-over-month to be 0.3%. All right, let's see how things react here. Okay, initial reaction is lower, slightly lower. We just moved through yesterday's closing price. Usually we see a lot of algorithms trying to trade within the first 2 minutes. So we usually give it a little bit of time to cook a little, give it some time to bake. And right now we just shot down to the previous close and moved right back up. Looks like we're trying to find some direction. Let's see the actual CPI number. Let me refresh this. We have been having some challenges with our internet connection. Looks like 2.9, so right on the screws. Came in directly as anticipated, 2.9% year-over-year inflation, and CPI month-over-month is slightly hotter. It's 0.4% versus 0.3% expected. S&P 500 is pushing higher here in the initial stages. Let's have a look at what else is going on. Gold as well. Looks like dip buyers coming in initially. And we have to note that this is the initial reaction. Bitcoin, not so much reacting positively as yet. But we are just within the first hour and a half of this CPI print. US dollar lower after CPI coming out pretty much in line. We had a look at gold already. Let's have a look at oil. Muted reaction here, not much happening from oil perspective. NASDAQ, I would almost say it's going to be higher because S&P was higher here. All-time high was hit yesterday. Was that yesterday or Wednesday? Yesterday was Wednesday, of course. So all-time high hit yesterday, and we're kind of sitting pretty. I mean, that initial drop maybe scared out some weak hands potentially. I think that the narrative is lower inflation will lead the Federal Reserve to be more minded to cut interest rates. Not only next week, but also for the rest of the year. So interesting to see NASDAQ holding up pretty well, S&P as well holding up pretty well. Initial drop was let's see how many we got. About 20-point drop initially. I would say meh. And it wasn't very long either. That initial drop just came and went. We literally visited, I'm going to stop saying literally, visited the previous close. It's almost like the previous close actually means something. and then we shot right back up within the same minute of the CPI data coming out. Now we're starting to trickle lower. So let's see. We are live and direct here. We're gonna show the live chat some love in a sec, but this is how it works. This is trading CPI on Thursday, September 11th, 2025. Yours truly, Mandela here, and we're gonna keep an eye on the S&P. Let's see. I'm gonna quickly see if I can do the rounds for the office attendance sheet. So if we have a first look at the office attendance sheet for CTI, City Traders Imperium, looks like we have a high court. High court is saying, how you doing? In the live chat, we have RBFX saying CTI, any great giveaways today? Yes, we will be giving away one free account. If we can get the likes to 25 or above, we'll be giving away one free account. So you help me, I'll help you. Let's smash that like button. Let's share this video. If we can get 25 likes, we will definitely be giving away a $5,000 account. You'll have the keys to that account if we can reach that threshold. All right. Let's see who else we got here. Okay, I'm just gonna go through quickly, see who else we got. We got Hold It saying still trading news today. Where's everybody? We also have General Mortala, who has won an account previously with us. So nice to see you back in the office again, General Mortala. Thank you very much for joining us today. We'll be covering quite a few other topics in a little while, but we do want to kind of pay our respects to those who are joining us live in the live chat. We also have Justina. Justina's reminding everybody to kindly like, comment, and subscribe and share the video with everyone. So 25 is the threshold. If we can get there, then we will be giving away a free $5,000 account. So on the Signature FX side, we have Rosario in the place to be. Welcome to the office, Rosario. I see you're bright and early, and you've got everything you need to start your day. We have Pan Productions as well saying, let's go. So thank you very much, Pan Productions. And welcome to the office. Morning, guys and gals, from Asha Ludwig. So Asha, let us know what you're trading as well. We'd like to have a look and see what everybody's trading. And Isildur 1 says hello to everybody in the office today. So what are we looking at today? We're going to have a look at a few things. We did just get that CPI print out of the US, and we're just trying to process it ourselves. I think looks like where are we? We did get here we go, CPI month over month. So it came in expected 0.3 year over year. Looks like that was super core, but we did see more or less inline inflation. Here we go. This is the one we're looking for. Month over month was 0.4. The estimate was 0.3, and previous was 0.2%. And then for the CPI year over year, that came in at 2.9%, and it was expected to be 2.9%. Last month, it was 2.7, so slightly higher than previous, but in line with the expectation, which is usually what we look for, what people usually look for. The other thing that we oftentimes we forget on CPI day is employment. So we also got 263,000 people in the US filed for unemployment this past week, above the expectation of 235,000. So that's another one that we need to be very conscious of, that labor data tends to be coming in very weak recently. And I think that's the whole AI thing. I think it's also partially tariffs that's really impacting the labor force. But we got, let's see, we got this, some people might call this a slew of data. So in line here, 2.9 on the year over year inflation, which is good, which means Fed is more likely to cut rates if inflation is under control. Month over month, slightly hotter, as my good friend Mr. Photogenic would say, coming in hot, slightly. And then we got employment claims. So employment claims came in higher than expected. So the expectation for unemployment claims was 235,000, came in slightly hotter, 263,000. So that's the data. Our job is to trade it. So we're gonna keep an eye out on what happens in S&P today. What happens we're looking at Bitcoin as well. We can see Bitcoin's keeping up above 114,000 as we approach the US Open. We got a comment here from Asha. Right now, I'm in a Nasdaq, Palantir, Uber, NVTS, QUBT swing trades. Okay. That sounds like you have your portfolio pretty well stacked. And I do like those. Very, very, very grateful for you sharing that with us, Asha. And we will have some time a little bit later on to maybe have a look at some of those individual stocks as we progress. Okay, so one question I do want to ask the chat is, what is everybody drinking this morning on CPI day? Are you choosing to go with a cool drink or a warm drink? You like tea, coffee, smoothie? A lot of people are into their matcha nowadays. So if you're feeling like a matcha day today, just let us know. Send us a quick message in the live chat, and we will be happy to share that with our community. All right, so what's up next? Up next, we will be just covering a little bit on one of our trades from yesterday. We did a trade with Oracle. So Oracle had a blockbuster earnings, and we were able to take a trade with our personal account on Oracle. So we're gonna dissect that a little bit and kind of walk through the mind of what goes on as you're placing trades and during the trades and then after the trades. So we're gonna do that now. Let's knock that out and get that out the way. So we'll call this segment Trade Journal. This is kind of like a new segment that we're experimenting with. So if we pull this up, okay. So we don't usually show all of our data and our trades, but we're working on that. And part of our journey is to journal and to document what we're doing and show how we've grown over the years. So this is our TradeZella account. For those of you who are not familiar with TradeZella, really great source for connecting your account. So my accounts are automatically connected to TradeZella, and it would basically show all the trades that we take. So this is going to be for the month of September so far. Win rate is 52%. Profit factor is 3.6. Daily win is 100, and then our average win to loss ratio is 3.32. So that means basically what that's saying is for every trade that we win, averages 835, and our losses are at 252. And then if we scroll down a little bit, let's scroll down just a smidgen. This would be our performance for the month of September. So really good day yesterday. I think the main trade that we're going to highlight today is going to be the Oracle trade here. So we'll try and see if we can pull up the chart, just showing you how we kind of navigated that. So we do trade earnings. There's a group of us. I feel comfortable sharing the names. So it's Ryan, and it's also Jerry. Jerry's birthday is today, so special happy birthday to Jerry. Celebrating his birthday today. Whatever you're doing, hopefully you enjoy your day to the fullest. So between Ryan and Jerry, they're both very experienced with earnings trades. It's something that I'm working on. We discussed Oracle on Monday. And as part of that sort of discussion, we decided to get in on the group, and I also decided to get in personally And so let's have a quick look at that trade now. For those of you who are not familiar with Oracle, it did perform really well after earnings yesterday. And if we zoom out here, here we go. I think that'll do it. Okay, I'm getting messages saying that the music is too loud. Let me know if that is the case. I'm happy to kind of turn it down for you all. All right, so this is the chart, and this is going to be the actual Oracle chart. So if we have a arrow, that will help. Okay, so we purchased an Oracle call on Monday, and then we did another call right before the open, which would have been, right before the close, right before they announced earnings. Really good reaction. You can have a look at, or if you've seen it already, really good AI story here behind Oracle. We cashed out kind of as we saw price starting to peak out. I think, let me see, we exited 2 back to back. So yeah, it was within sort of 10 minutes of each other. But the trade was, basically it was an earnings trade. We got in because we knew that there was a fairly large expected move that was going to take place after earnings. No way to know exactly what the magnitude would be, and also no way to know what direction either. So we also manage our risk. So going into this trade, we risked just over, this was my trade. In this trade, I risked over 700. For the group, we had a different amount. And I was willing to risk just under $800 on this particular trade. And that turned into a $12,000 profit. So we bought at approximately $4 and $3. Average in cost was probably around $4. And we sold at $60 and $71. So we do have a screenshot of the trade as well, just for transparency purposes. Here we go. So this was taken, it's not going to work. Yeah, basically it was an earnings trade that went really well. They don't always go well, but when they do go well, I think we need to remember to always celebrate our wins. And remember, not all trades are going to work out in your favor. You have to be willing to at least control the risk and minimize the risk as well. All right, so that's our new segment called Trade Journal. If you like it, let us know. We'll be happy to do more of these segments, and we use a platform called TradeZella. TradeZella is a fantastic journaling software. They automatically will record all of your trades. So as soon as you buy, as soon as you sell, they're tracking every single trade that you make, good, bad, or ugly. So great platform and a great resource to use. All right, let's get back to what's happening today here. So I think there was a lot of anticipation going into this CPI data today. And the reaction has been anticlimactic, to say the least. If we zoom out a little, I've been criticized for zooming in too much. So if we're gonna just have a look at what happened yesterday, we were able to get to an all-time high early in the day. Yesterday we had PPI coming in a bit softer, a bit lower. Then we kind of moved down yesterday, and then overnight we've started to creep back up. We've just gotten that CPI and that employment data out of the US, and I think market participants are doing their best to digest this information. So we'll see. We got the all-time high not far away at all. The initial reaction was down. Doesn't mean that we're going to continue down. Actually, matter of fact, we've kind of bounced back almost to where we were right before that CPI print came out. So with that, we're going to take a very quick break. We're going to be back on the other side of this break. But just a reminder, if we can get the likes up to 25, either on the Signature FX channel or the City Traders Imperium channel, we will be giving away a $5,000 account to one lucky winner. So let's see if we can get the likes up to 25. And in the meantime, we'll be back right after this. And welcome back to the pre-market show brought to you by City Traders, Imperium, funding traders since 2018. It's still Thursday, September 11th, 2025. It's about 1:50 here in London. We got about 39 minutes or so until US markets open in the New York City area. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a look here at the Oracle trade. Again, I'm getting a few questions from some folks here about what actually was moving, what was the price, and why was the profit the amount that it was. So I was unclear in mentioning that we are trading options. So we bought options in Oracle, and that's the reason why the trade moved the way that it did. I'm just going to share my screen again, and we'll have another look at the trade. So we talked a bit about the group that we have made up of Ryan Rebane and Jerry Soltis. Jerry's celebrating his birthday today, so happy birthday to Mr. G, as they call him, or as I call him. Jerry's known for many things. He's known for the Jerry Special. He's known for options trading, and he's also known for earnings trading. So on Monday, we were talking about Oracle as a potential. The reasons why we were kind of tracking Oracle was we knew that it had moved quite a lot in the past. So the previous earnings announcements, it seemed to move at least 5%, which is at least something to be aware of. There are earnings algorithms that track earnings announcements, and there are certain stocks that they like, certain stocks that they don't. I got a message yesterday asking Mandela, I heard about your Oracle trade. Why didn't you choose one of the other earnings announcements? And so actually, I'm not going to mention the person's name, but I want to make sure that I get this right, because I think this is also an issue with people who have just started out trading. The frustration of doing all the research and trying to get it right. I think a lot of it is about learning from your mistakes and from the things that you're doing. So the question, and I won't mention the person's name, but the question was, so there we go. I'm gonna pull this here. Okay. So before earnings announcement, after U.S. markets closed yesterday, we had a few earnings on deck. Rubrik, Oracle, Aeronomint, Synopsys, and GameStop. I do follow earnings and invest, trade based on results. Majority of times I trade after they are announced. It's much rare before or during, since it is inherently risky. It seems that you picked, out of all of those companies, Oracle to trade before earnings. May I ask why? So it was a good question, very good question. And I think he went on to say the three companies that I chose. So he chose Rubrik, Environment, and looks like he picked GameStop. All three beat expectations and were fundamentally strong and undervalued as per my research and AI research. I didn't pick up Oracle because I thought it was already richly valued. So I think sometimes what we'll do is we'll look at instruments, or we'll look at data points that we think should mean that the price will go up. And so what we found, and this is by no means something that I've created or I've invented, it's really come from discussions and debates between the groups that I'm in, is we want to look at expected moves. So expected moves are very important. Also, previous earnings moves are also important. If we zoom out of Oracle, we can also see that the all-time high before earnings was right there. And this is one thing I learned from Jerry. So this was the all-time high in Oracle before earnings. So Oracle had never been above 190. And so, actually, is that right? That's not right. The all-time high, if we zoom in, here we go. I put it on the other chart. Let's get that right. So usually what we find is, 260. So usually what we find from back testing and research is we found that if the price is coming to or approaching an all-time high, we can sometimes see a magnificent short squeeze or a magnificent move of ginormous magnitude through this. So this price was the all-time high. It was about 260, just under 261. So I think that also adds to your analysis, that adds fuel to the fire here. There was also the fact that the actual earnings were phenomenal, and they're talking about future guidance that people, it was just mind-blowing. The CEO became the richest man in the world. It was just, I think, a compounding event after the fact. But going into the earnings, you only see a very small proportion of what could be. And so in my response to the person that messaged me earlier, my response was, and this, like I said, it comes from discussions with a lot of other people and just watching a lot of earnings over the years. So the first thing I said was Oracle was the only earnings trade this week. Historically, Oracle moves well after earnings. So we reviewed previous earnings day moves. The options were pricing in a plus or minus 9.5% after earnings. Obviously, we got more than that. The move was yesterday. 36% where we got out, and it was as high as 43%. So a lot more than the expected, but we were going off of the data available at the time. I also said the AI theme has performed relatively well this quarter, and I said we weren't far away from all-time highs going into earnings. So all-time highs could have been a potential catalyst or a potential area of contention. If you imagine people trying to, or placing shorts before earnings, and in particular retail traders being on the wrong side of that trade at the open, they're very much offside, and it becomes almost like a feedback loop. And yeah, and then the last thing was the risk management. So being able to limit the risk, so only buying what you're willing to lose. In this case, the trade that we took was approximately $800 of capital, which wouldn't have hurt us if it didn't go in our favor, but we were willing to leave that overnight. I think a lot of people also will trade earnings after the news. So they'll come in, they'll start to buy here. They'll start to buy after the open. And I think that's definitely a lower risk approach. And it's definitely something that I think people are more comfortable with. So I'm not advising in any way what you should do. I wouldn't tell you what to do today, tomorrow, next week. I don't know what Oracle's going to do next earnings for Q4, but this is just the thinking process behind this particular trade that we took yesterday. That's all. All right. We're coming up to time already, so I'm going to have a look and see how many people we have in the live chats, and then I'm also going to count the amount of likes. Let's see. So for City Traders Imperium, looks like we got a good amount of people. Nope, we don't have the right amount for City Traders Imperium, but we do have Tuan. Tuan is joined as well. Looks like a little bit late, but that's okay. We have Kian Nils, who is kind of rolling his eyes over CPI, which is fine. RBFX is talking about NASDAQ. We do have Andrew. I see Andrew in the live chat as well. So Andrew's going to be hosting with us tomorrow on tomorrow's show, the post-CPI pre-market show. We can have a look at gold. Got a few requests for gold. Some people saying happy birthday to Jerry. And a reminder to try and get our likes up to 25. So over in the signature effects, oh look, we have the birthday boy. I missed that. Good morning, fellas. So Jerry is also in the live chat here. We'll give him a little bit of birthday love. Why not? It's his birthday. I hope you party like it's your birthday and sip Bacardi like it's your birthday, Jerry. Well worth it and well rewarded. So Jerry is, like I said, without bigging him up too much, it is his birthday, so he deserves it. So Jerry has kind of taught me a lot about earnings and how to navigate earnings. So three things that he's kind of really opened my eyes to is, one is the implied move. So making sure if you're going to be trading earnings, especially if you're trading options and especially if you're getting in the day before, you want to know what's the expected move going to be. It's not going to always be exactly spot on. Like for Oracle, expected move was 9.5 the following day, and the actual move was closer to 40. But at least it gives you a starting point. The other thing is the implied volatility, which I've learned from Jerry and from Ryan, where you could buy, for example, an NVIDIA earnings play, and it goes in your direction, and you're still down, and you're still in the hole, even though you were right. So implied volatility is a beast in and of itself, and Jerry's really kind of explained to me how to read that language. And then the last thing, which I didn't really consider until he explained it, was making sure that we're near a significant level. So for Oracle, we were sitting pretty right underneath the all-time high. And so once we got that good news after the earnings announcement and into the earnings call, that all-time high was just an added, just like pouring kerosene on the flames of this move. So yeah, thanks Jerry again. Hopefully you're gonna do something special for yourself today and enjoy your birthday to the fullest, my friend. All right, I think we're on time. I'm gonna get ready to trade. Looks like oil's down today after that news. Let's have a look at S&P. S&P's up. So I mean, not really phased by the CPI. We're still up overnight, and yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I think I got a message here about levels. So one level question was what levels are we looking at today? I think we're gonna have to update this. I haven't done that, so I'm gonna have to do this after the show. But if we're looking at levels on the upside and downside, S&P is the one that we like the most. So we have the previous all-time high. Just a reminder that right now we are around 65.53. So we're around here, somewhere around here at the moment. So downside targets obviously would be the previous all-time high from September 5th. That's a downside target. Also could look at, this would have been Tuesday's high, Tuesday's close, and then we also have a previous high from Thursday, the 25th of August. Upside targets, I think we can call this blue skies territory. This would be all-time highs here. We do have, we like to look at some Fibonacci's as well. That's coming in close to 6,600. Sounds like a ways away, but I would say pretty much a air pocket, if you will. So if we are able to kind of climb and maintain above 6,570, 6,560, if we kind of stay around here in the next 30 minutes, I'd be really considering looking at 6,600. It's a nice round number. We have, I think, almost a guaranteed interest rate cut next week, Wednesday, from Fed Chair Powell. We've already had the non-farm payrolls numbers. We got the employment revision numbers. We got PPI yesterday was good, and we had CPI today was fine. So we'll see. Yesterday was pretty choppy. We moved down slightly, but not anything significant. So yeah, levels wise, I would say on the upside, 6,600. Keep an eye out on that today. On the downside, I'll probably say maybe we get back towards that previous all-time high, and then look at maybe potentially that 6,500 round number on the downside. So we don't know what's going to happen. We're going to react as things unfold, and that's our job as traders. We don't think. We just see the price moving, and we do our best to react as best as we can. Oh, thanks, Jerry. Okay, so looking at messages here. Yeah, I thought it may be helpful to people who are interested in trading earnings. It's definitely something that I've had to learn the hard way from a lot of expenses, which is a nice way of calling losses. A lot of getting it wrong, a lot of frustration over the years. But if you, let's say, for example, you do an earnings trade, and let's say you're willing to have a $200 expense. Let's say your first earnings trade, it doesn't go your way, you have a $200 expense. On the second earnings trade, you have some things that you can build off of and learn from. And let's say the second earnings trade is a profit, and let's say that profit was, I don't know, let's say it's 900. That covers your 200 from your first earnings trade, and you're up overall. And that's kind of how I look at it. And then just repeat. You're not going to get them all right, but all you need is a few good ones to cover the costs, or more than cover the costs of the ones that didn't work. So with that, I'm gonna wrap it up. We have a great group of people. My name is Mandela, working with City Traders Imperium, the best prop firm, and they've been funding traders since 2018. So if you want to learn more about prop firms, or if you're interested in signing up with City Traders Imperium, make sure to reach out to them. Their information is available in the description to this video. And for your convenience, their information is also up there on the screen right now. So contact them, citytradersimperium.com. And the way it works really quickly is you pass a assessment process to show that you can be profitable and you can be consistently profitable. once you complete that process, they will give you an account for various denominations. I have to triple check, but I believe anywhere from $2,500, $5,000 account is the one that we were going to give away today. You can do $10,000 account or $50,000 account. I actually have a challenge I'm doing the assessment for the $10,000 account. But they have more than that as well. So check them out, citytradersimperium.com. Like I said, been funding traders since 2018. So no prize giveaway today, but we could give one away tomorrow. So check back tomorrow, same time, same place. And before we leave you, one last check at the live chat. We got RB Forex, High Court. General Mortala's given us some salutes in the live chat. So salute to you, General Mortala. Justina's keeping them all in line. Justina is our direct contact at City Traders Imperium, making sure everybody is on their P's and Q's and everybody is focused and ready to go. So we also got Hold It. Andrew, partner in crime, will be with us tomorrow on tomorrow's show. He's actually on holiday right now, enjoying the sun, sand, and beaches. Kian Nils was a former winner, and Tuan was also a winner as well. A lot of happy birthdays on here, and a few people mentioning what drinks they like, and looks like we're going to, we're gonna actually call it a show. So over on our Signature FX, we have Rosario here. Thanks, Rosario, for joining. I know Rosario likes trading gold, so we did touch on gold a little bit earlier. We can cover gold tomorrow. We'll spend some time on gold a little bit tomorrow during tomorrow's show. Pan Productions as well is kicking it with us today on this Thursday, September 11th. Asha as well. Islader is also with us. Asha was giving us some of her ideas, some of her thoughts, what she's holding and what she thinks could move. And then we ended up getting the birthday boy himself, gracing us with his presence on his Earth Day. So once again, thanks, Jerry, for joining us. And thanks for kind of guiding me through the earnings minefield, and helping me to kind of get the confidence up to buy pre-earnings, because it really makes a massive difference. If you can get in before that big jump, really impacts your profit and loss. Okay, so we got some questions here. We can address these questions maybe on tomorrow's show. Also, Life's Nuggets has joined us, and these are the main things from Jerry here for earnings. So expected move, implied volatility, and the move history. He says implied volatility crush is a killer. And also happy belated birthday to Life's Nuggets. And we also have another message saying happy belated birthday to Alex Godet as well. All right, that's it from me. Unless you guys and girls have any questions, we are live again tomorrow. So we'll be doing this all again. We won't have CPI, but we'll have Andrew. And we'll be able to touch on a little bit more, a few more topics as well tomorrow during tomorrow's show. And with that, I think we're going to leave it there, guys and girls. Really enjoy speaking to you all. And until tomorrow, I'm going to say, I'll leave you with some words of wisdom, especially if you've just started trading. So if you're someone who's just started trading and you're trying to figure out, what's all this mean? Is this for me? How much money do I need to start with? What account, like what platform, what app do I need? I think probably one of the best pieces of advice I can give is you can't eat an entire elephant in one go. And for those of you who are vegan or vegetarian, you cannot eat an entire lettuce garden all in one go. Basically, take it in little pieces, bit by bit by bit. There are a lot of free resources out there that you can go to. It's also good to try and get yourself connected with other traders, so people that you know and that you trust who have already done this can save you a lot of time as well. So yeah, I think that's my main advice for those of you who are just starting out. And yeah, feel free to reach out to us as well. We're always willing to share and to grow. We will be doing an event. So for those of you who are interested, there's going to be a traders event in Bermuda. It's an exclusive event for networking, discussions, and also we'll be trying to get some presentations in as well. So for more information for that, reach out to us. That's going to be taking place before the end of the month. So look out for more in the coming days. From all of us here, on behalf of CTI, also simulcast on Signature FX, have a wonderful trading day and happy trading.